Welcome back. It's Friday and we are looking at BBIG. It's been a good week for this stock. We're going to refresh the charts now. You'll see that, yeah, for today we are down by 1.56%, and coming into the after hours we are down by a further 1.58% so far, and they have only just begun. But yeah, on the chart it may look a little bit bad for BBIG. I understand that it's down for today. In the past 5 days now, we are still up by a big number, which is fantastic. But yeah, with today dipping, I know a lot of people are going to be 50-50 as to what is going on with BBIG, and like I said yesterday, I was filming the videos a bit earlier than expected, and because of that we did not get the full day of how the market moved, and about 20 minutes or so after I uploaded those videos and going forwards into the end of session, we had a massive price jump in BBIG. It went higher and higher and higher, and now, yeah, we are down for the day, but ultimately we're sat on a price of 8.23. Now, in the last video, I talked about us hopefully getting to $7.50, $8 by the end of this weekend, and obviously we have done $8, which is remarkable. Again, it is all thanks to that big run-up that we had in the late part of yesterday's session, but I'm going to be talking about that with you and a lot more in this video. Make sure to give it a like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. Thank you for all of the support. You guys are amazing, but do remember as well, this is not financial advice. I am not a financial advisor, and I think BBIG as a stock does carry quite a lot of risk. So thank you for everything, guys. Again, please join our Discord. You may have seen the notification just pop up for it just then. Please join it. I'll talk about it more at the end of the video because I'm not going to waste time in it right now. But yeah, we're going to start off on the charts, then we're going to move over to the options and talk about why this has been a really good week for BBIG. So we're going to start on the simple charts, and we can see over here on the 1 day, like I said, we are moving down. Now, it's only a move down by about 1.56%, and really the numbers are not too bad at all. It's 13 cents down. And as I said in yesterday's video, we had a rise up by a really high amount this week. So to see a bit of a dip towards the end of the week, I'm not too worried about that at all. I think it is not too big of a deal. I think with what we have seen with all of this growth, I think a dip of 1.56% isn't bad. And again, like I said yesterday, after that growth that we have been seeing, I would expect this one to actually sell off a little bit. People are going to be taking profits, and of course it's Friday anyway. People are going to be taking profits on Friday. It happens a lot of the time. I think a lot of people were swing trading BBIG. I personally am swing trading it myself actually, but I am holding my position over the weekend. Many people are not holding their positions over the weekend, which is fine. I think those combination of factors is kind of causing BBIG to drop a little bit, but like I said, it's a very marginal dip, guys. It's down by 1.56%, 13 cents. Look at how far we are up from the start of the week. We can see on the start of the week, on Monday, we were sat on $5. We're on $8 right now. I think that doesn't even need any more words. I'm just trying to say, guys, we're up big. Again, people spotted a bit of a reversal down here. I did talk about it on the channel. We did get that reversal. We started to go up. People who bought in here saw big profits in yesterday's session, saw big profits in this morning session, and again, towards the end of the day, this dip that we have seen does further make me believe that people are perhaps taking profits towards the end of the day. So the one takeaway that I want to make of this simple chart is look at the data, zoom out. On Monday, we were on $5. This has had an amazing run-up in the past 5 days, and that cannot be denied. We are in a really nice position still with BBIG, and the data is phenomenal. Now, one thing that I wanted to talk about yesterday, and I said I will remind you guys of it going forwards into Friday, is the options data for BBIG. Now, like I said, I spoke about us wanting to get up to $7, $7.50, $8 at an absolute high. I thought $7 was very possible. I thought $7.50 was pushing it a bit. I thought $8 was almost unachievable. But guess what, guys? We've done it. We've smashed past 7. We've smashed past $7.50, and we've smashed past 8 actually, and this is good. The reason why this is significant is because, bear in mind, guys, at the start of week, $5, $5.50, whatever, we were seeing volume for these calls down here at about 1.7k and 1.1k respectively, so quite low volume. Coming up to $6, we got 4.8k. Coming up to $6.50, we're getting about 3.6k. Coming up to $7, it was 7.6k. So the number increased quite a lot there, so we really wanted to get up to $7 to get all of those more options in the money. Come up to $7.50, we get an extra 16k in the money. So you can see how that would have an impact on this stock. But ultimately coming up to $8 now, which was something that I didn't really anticipate because it was so far away. But coming up to $8 where we are right now, we get an extra 33.7k. So we've got all of these in the money right now that would have not been in the money. More than 40k from the price of 7 to 8. So you can see that is going to have a massive effect. It definitely could cause a bit of a gamma squeeze going forwards into the next week with this stock. Now, $8.50 would have been nice, and actually $9 would have been ideal. We'd have got an extra 100,000 almost, if not more than 100,000 in the money, but that doesn't matter. We've done a win for this week, and I know some people, especially bears, are going to look at these options and say, well, we missed out on 45k, we missed out on 66k. It doesn't matter. Look at the facts. We've rocketed massively. Like I said, at the start of week, we were looking to see if these options at 1k volume were going to even be in the money, and it was still debatable as to whether they were. But actually now, we're getting options of 16k, 33k, all in the money, and I'm really, really happy to see it. And again, it's a bullish sign. I think it could potentially trigger a bit of a gamma squeeze going into next week. The implied volatility is 200.6%, which is higher than the historic at 138.5. So you can see, guys, the implied volatility is up, and again, we're seeing good numbers when it comes to the calls. Now, coming over to the puts, put data isn't looking too bad for those interested. If you'd have bought puts at 8.50, they would be in the money. And a lot of people actually did. So when it comes to put data, we're seeing relatively low figures up here at 11, 12, 13, as you would expect, because nobody's really going to buy those, as it is going to be, pretty easy, but I just cannot see much volume coming in there. So that is what we are seeing, quite low volume in that range. But coming down to where we are at now, 8.50, we're seeing 22.7k, which is quite a high number to be fair. Obviously, it's still not as good as the call data that we are seeing when we combine all this put data. But yeah, if we got down to $8, we'd have an extra 18k puts in the money, and get down to 7.50, you have an extra 9k on top of that 18. So you can see, ultimately, I think it is looking better for the calls than it is for the puts, as it often is. And again, I'm really amazed actually that we managed to get up there to $8 this fast. It's been a remarkable week, and I think it gives a lot of people a lot to think about on the weekend. But I'm going to talk more about this at the absolute end of the video. What I want to do now is look at a few of the technical indicators with you guys. You will know the score by now. So we're looking at the one-day data down here. We are seeing a moving average at about 8.22 or 8.21. You can just see the pink tab sticking out at the bottom of the green tab here. This is our moving average. We're almost exactly on it, but it is a little bit lower than where we are. The RSI figure is at 51. 50 is neutral, so 51 is really good. We're exactly where I would want to be right now. The MACD is actually becoming bullish right now. This is because of this rise that we're seeing towards the end of day, so you can see the trend did start to change a little bit. Coming over to the 5-day chart, we get more inclusive data, and again guys, like I said, some people are going to be day trading BBIG. For me, I do see it as more of a swing trade. I definitely can see the more long-term potential, but for me, I'm just looking to make a quick profit on the way up. Potentially, I will use that money to actually buy shares in BBIG, because how I am doing it in the UK is through a CFD. So I may use that money to go into buy shares on BBIG. It's just a different way to trade. And again, I do not recommend it because it's just my personal strategy, but it's just the way that I am playing this stock at the moment, and it is going fairly well. But anyway, the past 5-day data is showing a moving average of 8.49. The actual share price is on 8.23. It's been caught out. We had this push up, and then we had this push down, and started to neutralize towards the end of day. So yeah, it is a lagging indicator tracking the past 5 days. It's not had a chance to catch up yet, so I'm not too worried. It's always going to be behind or actually above where we are at the time of filming for the most part. Now, coming over here to the RSI data, coming down to 43 now, which is actually good. Bear in mind, guys, just a couple of days ago, perhaps even yesterday, we were touching overbought. So now we're dipping towards more of the oversold side, but we're only 7 points away from neutral. Don't forget that. It's still not bad. Again, getting back to neutral is a good place to be, especially coming down from highs in the 70s, if not the 80s back here. Now, the MACD data was bearish, and it is still bearish. It is becoming more bullish, and the reason why it is bearish initially is because of this push down that we've been having from the highs of the day, like you said, coming down to where we are right now. So that's going to be a little bit behind the actual share price movement, because like I said, we've seen this uptick, which is bringing us more bullish on the MACD, but we're definitely not caught up yet. The 1 month data over here, the RSI for this time period is sat at 62, so it is a little bit high, and the reason why it is so high is because, of course, we pushed all the way up there to 8.23 in the past 2 or 3 days. It's really remarkable just looking at this chart. We've had an explosive breakout, even higher than I would have actually anticipated. anticipated. So I'm really happy with where we are with this stock right now. But anyway, we're seeing volume today of 138.03 million according to Yahoo Finance, and we're looking at a MACD trend which is still a little bit bearish, but as time does go on, a more bullish trend is appearing. The lines are very close together, but you can see them just starting to tip to the bullish side. And again, we're seeing this green candle here, if you can just make it out. The green candles are a sign of a bullish trend change. The red candles are a sign of a bearish trend change. So the fact that we're seeing some green in there is good. Of course, this is also lagging behind, like I said, but it is becoming more bullish, which is fantastic. So the data is still looking good. My opinions are still looking good. Coming out to the 1 month chart, I think we get a bit of a picture of what I'm trying to talk about. Now, I say this with almost every stock because it is a textbook example. Of course, there are going to be some exceptions, but I think what we saw with BBIG today was a small sell-off, or a small cool down even, because I wouldn't really call it a sell-off after what we have seen today. Ultimately, what I think we have seen today with BBIG, I think that we are seeing a bit of a cool down. I wouldn't really call it a sell-off. I think we're still in an okay position. Zoom in on that 1 day data, you'll see actually the movement isn't that bad. Of course, this starting point at the beginning of the day wasn't even too far away from where we finished. It was only a little bit down, like I said, only 13 cents roughly down from where we started. So you can see it's not even been a big drop. It's basically been some consolidation with a bit of a downwards movement, in my personal opinion. We've had some volatility in that time period with big pushes upwards, big pushes downwards and whatnot, but it really is quite a flat day. Zoom out to the past 5 day data, and actually zoom out to the past month data, and I think one thing will become clear. We've just seen a bit of a cool off with the price of BBIG today. That's just my opinion, of course, but a few factors do come into play. We're up big in the past week. People will have been buying in here, like I said, and also here as well. People will have utilized those dips and actually profited massively on Monday, Tuesday, going into Wednesday. Now coming towards the end of the week, they're taking profits. It was going to happen. And also, it is actually healthy to have a bit of a sell-off from now and again, in my personal opinion. Again, I don't think too big of a sell-off did occur today, but I think to have a bit of a day where we just cool down a little bit, it's not a bad thing. If we have this really, really massive push up in price continuously every single day, that's where I start to get apprehensive, even on stocks like that I like. And this is one thing that I actually said with CEI stock. We had that massive push up, like 40, 50, even 100% in a day, and I became really concerned. I do not want that to happen with BBIG. Sure, there are profits to be made there for people, but of course it does add an extra layer of risk. I think what we are seeing with BBIG is exactly what we want to see, if not better. This week for BBIG went even better than I could have anticipated. The data for the options is looking really amazing. Bear that in mind. The actual technicals are looking fairly good. The indicators are looking fine. But ultimately, looking at the charts, I think what we are seeing now, we're seeing a cool off towards the end of the week. Going forwards into Monday, I'm going to talk about some more of my predictions on Sunday or Saturday. But going forwards into Monday, what I really want to see is either a flat day, or even a bit of a move downwards, which wouldn't be too concerning. If we can get back on that growth, it'd be fantastic. But if we did see a little bit more of a dip, I wouldn't be too worried. I think it would still put us in an okay position. But of course, that could all change. I want to give a fully updated view of what I'm expecting on Monday throughout the weekend. So make sure to subscribe for that, because I will be sharing all of my opinions. We're going to be looking at the data and what this means for BBIG, especially when it comes to options and all that sort of stuff. All the stuff that we wouldn't really have time to do when the markets are open, we will be looking at on the weekend. So it's going to be a really good weekend for you guys if you do stay with us for that time period. Thank you so much for watching this episode though. I'll see you guys all hopefully tomorrow with another video. See you then. Goodbye. So thank you for watching through till the end, but let me tell you about our Discord. So on your screen you'll be seeing the N2S Finance Discord. Obviously it is split into multiple sections. Basically at the top we have updates from me and all that kind of good stuff. If you scroll down a bit further we have the main sections where we focus on cryptos, SPACs and other hot stocks including penny stocks, even stable growth stocks as well, and we even have a special AMC GME chat. If you scroll down you can see some research and DD from the community. We also have funny memes and you can see actual contributions from members down here. And again, if you do join us, it is completely free, link is down below. But if you do want to become a Patreon, you will actually get a pink sticker which will be displayed on your name. So your name will come up in pink as mine comes up in red down here, and that will show that you are a Patreon. But other than that guys, you can join completely for free down below. You do not have to pay anything if you do not want to. Thank you for watching, see you soon.